On a serious note, tell me, what do you really think about this third country nationals being deported to Jamaica? I had a sober conversation with senior attorney at law, Bert Samuels, looking at even some of the legal ramifications of this deal that has been signed by the Jamaican government. Please take some time and listen to this discussion with yours truly, Colin Bell, and Bert Samuels on Portland Spice TV. Watch it to the end. Get some understanding and post in the comment what do you really think about this deal signed by the Andrew Holness-led administration.
They say that they don't have any conviction, right? They check out the people them record in the country from which they came.
Tell her! That is the question, Bert Samuels, that
yes.
I would want to ask the Minister of National Security and Peace. Are we getting their antecedents from their original country?
Now, we know the answers. It's called rhetorical. They can't get it because when you and I steal and go through Mexico and go up, right? Yes. We don't have no paper. Nobody don't know our record. And America don't have the right to fingerprint anybody and send it to another country and ask them to check out these people's records. They can't do that. You can't do that. No, you can't.
Never know that.
No, your country can't give out information on you unless I'm applying. If I'm applying to go to the US, them can get my record. But if you're throwing me out, Michael, Jamaican is supposed to give you my record because you're throwing me out.
So, counsel, tell me now. So, it is a fact then that we don't know who we're getting.
We definitely don't know because a lot of those people left their country when they were adults.
Oh, yes.
So if they have a criminal record in their country, we can't know and we don't know.
And you're saying that from a legal standpoint
that's a legal America. Yes. And listen another thing now. Some people, you know that. Let me tell you what I.
Hey, Jamaican people. I realize everybody gets silent about the 10,000 criminals that are coming into this country. And now on a really prove the Prime Minister, right, that everything that happened, it no matter how serious the situation may be, it is only a 9-day attack and then people forget about it. Now, from last year, the government signed a contract with the United States government for bringing 10,000 criminals coming our country. You don't know them background. You don't know what these people have done in their lifetime. You don't know the type of disease that these people are carry. But the government bring them amongst you and your children and your family and your friends. Now, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also turn on the post notification bell for new content. I am about to play a video for you guys, and I want you guys to take a listen, take a look, and leave your honest opinion down below in the comment section. Alright? Just remember, honor everything with glitter and gold, and these people, these politicians, they are comfortable in their mansion while you're there in the ghetto. And these people that are coming amongst you, you don't know nothing about them. So please, be careful. Don't stop fight for your right and for your country. We want to know what go on for the deal with Andrew Holness and him organization signed for bringing 10,000 criminals coming to the country. But anyway, people, check out this video right now.
I want to ask this government one question today. Every other country that signed one of these TCN deportation deals with the US got paid. Rwanda got 7.5 million. Eswatini got 5.1 million. Equatorial Guinea got 7.5 million. El Salvador got nearly 5 million. All in all, over 32 million has been confirmed by the US Senate Foreign Relations Committee that has been paid directly to foreign governments for deals just like this one that this JLP government signed behind Jamaica's back. So my question is simple. Where is Jamaica's money? Because if every other country got paid and this administration says Jamaica got nothing, somebody in cabinet needs to explain why Jamaica was the only one left standing empty-handed And if Jamaica did get something, somebody needs to explain where it went and who signed for it. In February 2026, the United States Senate Foreign Relations Committee published a report on how these TCN deportation deals actually work. And what it lays out about the money should embarrass every single person in this government who signed Jamaica onto one of these arrangements. 5 countries, received a combined 32 million in direct payments in exchange for accepting deportees. One of those countries accepted a Jamaican deported just the other day, came in the news. I think that country got 7.5 million US dollars. As of January 2026, there's another country that accepted 0 third country nationals, not one person. That country got 7.5 million dollars. 0 deportees. So the money in this program does not track logic. It doesn't track outcomes. It tracks who negotiated a deal that included a payment and who didn't. Every government on that list negotiated something for their country. This government negotiated nothing, or so they claim. And this administration has never explained why Jamaica is the one country in this entire arrangement that walked away with nothing written down, nothing guaranteed, nothing owed. So I ask again, where is Jamaica's money? Now, let me tell you something that came out in Parliament some time ago. I think this government would hope it would have slipped by all of us unnoticed. And it was when the opposition MPs pressed Chang on what exactly happens to these TCN deportees once they land in Jamaica. Chang confirmed they will be allowed to roam freely, not detained, not monitored. There is no structure in place. They are free to move around in a country they have no connection to, whose language many of them may not even speak, with criminal histories this government cannot fully verify, and by its own admission has made no real effort. Chang also confirmed these individuals can apply for asylum, and if granted, they can stay in Jamaica permanently. A program this administration sold to the public as temporary transit can end in permanent residence with no plan, no infrastructure, and honestly, no honesty about any of it. And Chang refused to table the full MOU in Parliament because scrutiny is the one thing this government cannot survive. And here's a contrast. This government doesn't want anyone dry. This JP government sent home the Cuban nurses and doctors, medical professionals who were actively serving Jamaicans in our public health system. These people were literally filling gaps this administration's own health policy failures created. They were gone. They were removed. And now this same government wants to accept foreign nationals with unknown backgrounds, no skills pipeline, no community infrastructure, and let them roam freely, no questions asked. They remove the people who were healing us literally, and they want to replace them with the people the rest of the world has already rejected, even their home countries. That is not a policy mistake. That is a government that has lost the plot entirely and doesn't even seem to care that we've noticed. I'm not going to relitigate everything the public already knows about Andrew Wheely. You know the findings, you know the numbers, you know he's still sitting in the cabinet like nothing happened. The IC has now put the charges on hold pending a court hearing set for July 23rd, meaning this drags on. The way everything inconvenient for this administration always seems to drag on, until the public grows tired and the government hopes we move on. But Wheatley isn't the exception. He's a pattern. The Integrity Commission disclosed in 2025 that 8 members of parliament were under investigation for illicit enrichment. 8. And the Prime Minister himself was the subject of an IC probe. One, the IC says it couldn't even complete because Holness refused to hand over certain information. The IC referred the matter to the FID. This government then appointed a new FID director who, before getting the job, had publicly questioned the relevance of the IC's own findings on the Prime Minister. They also quietly removed the law enforcement experience requirement that has been standard for that position for decades. Removed conveniently, right when it might have gotten in the way. The FID then cleared Holness, and Holness, when asked 3 times on Nationwide whether he had confidence in the Integrity Commission, could not bring himself to say yes. Not once. So this shows that this is a government that has installed its own people inside the institution built to hold itself accountable, and then points to the outcome as proof of its innocence. That is not a coincidence. That is a strategy. A deliberate, calculated dismantling of oversight from the inside. And a public that doesn't name it clearly is a public that will watch this administration do it again and again and again. But I want to come back to where it started. 5 foreign governments negotiated payments in exchange for taking in TCN deportees. This government signed one of these same deals in secret. The MOU creates no financial obligation on the United States. Nothing written down that says Jamaica is owed anything. When a journalist asked Strang what Jamaica gets out of this, he said the question was irrelevant. The Deputy Prime Minister of Jamaica called the question of benefit to the Jamaican people after signing a deal accepting 10,000 non-Jamaican deportees, many of which are criminals. Irrelevant. Sit with that. That is this government's answer to its own citizens. Every other government in this arrangement walk away with something on paper. Rwanda got 7.5 million and took 7 people. Another country got 7.5 million and took nobody. Something moved for everybody else. So if Jamaica is publicly getting nothing, while every comparable government walked away with a payment, I am asking the question the evidence demands. And this administration owes Jamaica an answer. Did Andrew Holness get paid? I am not making a charge. I am not laying an allegation. I am doing simple mathematics. Every comparable government got something, got money. This government says Jamaica got nothing. The same Prime Minister who signed off on this deal is currently fighting in court the very institution that investigates public officials' finances. The same Prime Minister whose investigation was referred to a division now led by someone who defended him before getting the appointment. And the full MOU, despite what everybody is saying, despite Marx and she trying to distance herself from it, it still hasn't been tabled in Parliament. This administration has had every opportunity to prove there's nothing to hide. And every single time it has chosen concealment instead. I am not telling you what to conclude. I am telling you that this government's own pattern and what questions remain are still unanswered. The Jamaican people are owed answers. Not press conferences, not ministers redefining dictionary terms to dodge the question. Answers. Show the full MOU. Show us every communication between this government and US officials from March 5 onwards. Show us what Jamaica was offered, what Jamaica was promised, and what, if anything, changed hands. Show us everything.
I'm mad, you're mad. I'm mad, you're mad.
There's a crisis of confidence in this government. And this government has earned every bit of it. A secret deal, a deputy prime minister who calls accountability irrelevant, a cabinet minister facing criminal charges still at the table, an anti-corruption investigation that somehow ends in the prime minister's favor after a friendly appointment cleared the path, and a full MOU that Parliament has still never been allowed to see. This is not governance. This is a government managing its own exposure, one press conference at a time. And Jamaicans are right to demand better, because this administration has shown again and again that it will not give us better unless it is forced to. Who paid for this deal? And who in Jamaica received funds? Those questions are not going away, and neither are we.
The idea of what we get out of it is not a relevant question.
Put the X beside the fucking bell.